The year is 2025. Load shedding is still a thing, sadly, but hey, at least there's a glimmer of hope for the South African economy. Economists are predicting growth of nearly 2%. That's up from a measly 1.1% in 2024. A new coalition government is promising big changes. They're tackling Eskom's woes, fixing our broken railways, and sorting out the visa chaos. These reforms could be game changers. But hold your horses, folks. A lot can still go wrong. Remember those potholes on the way to your cousin's house in the Eastern Cape? Yeah, those potholes are like the unexpected challenges that can still trip us up. A 2% growth rate is better than a poke in the eye, right? It means businesses are slowly starting to hire again. People might even have a bit more money in their pockets. But let's be real, 2% isn't exactly setting the world on fire. It's like finally getting that raise you deserved, only to find out it's barely enough to cover the price of bread that's gone up again. We've been burned before, South Africa. Remember the promises of Zuma's radical economic transformation? Let's just say those promises went the way of the dodo. So, while we're cautiously optimistic, we're not popping the champagne just yet. Remember that raise we talked about? It felt like a breath of fresh air, didn't it? A moment of relief in these challenging times. But before you get too comfortable, let's take a closer look at what's really happening. Yeah, inflation is like that sneaky pickpocket who steals your wallet before you even realize it's gone. You think you're ahead, but then you check your wallet and it's lighter than you expected. It's a silent thief, creeping up on you when you least expect it. Economists are predicting inflation to average around 4.5% in 2025. That might not sound like much, but over time it adds up. Imagine every year your money buys you a little less. It's like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it at first, but eventually, you're running on empty. That's like going to buy a Gatsby and finding out it costs 50 Rand more than it did last week. It's not just a small change, it's a shock to the system. You start to wonder if you can still afford the little pleasures in life. So what's fueling this inflation monster? It's not just one thing, it's a combination of factors. It's like a perfect storm, with each element feeding into the next, making the situation worse. Well, for starters, there's the Rand. Its value fluctuates like a roller coaster, making it hard to predict what your money will be worth tomorrow. One day it's strong, the next day it's weak. It's a wild ride that leaves everyone feeling a bit queasy. It's about as predictable as the weather in the Berg. One minute it's sunny, the next it's pouring with hail. Just when you think you have it figured out, it changes again, leaving you scrambling to adjust. One minute it's sunny, the next it's pouring with hail. It's a constant game of catch-up, trying to stay ahead of the changes. Then there's the global oil price, which seems to go up faster than a taxi driver late for a pickup. Every time you fill up your tank, it feels like you're paying more and more. It's a relentless climb that shows no signs of stopping. And let's not forget about our old friend, the price of food. Every trip to the grocery store is a reminder of how much things have changed. The staples you rely on are getting more expensive, and it's harder to stretch your budget. Remember when a loaf of bread used to cost less than 10 Rand? Those days feel like a distant memory now. It's a stark reminder of how much inflation has crept into our daily lives. Those were the good old days. Back when your money went further and you didn't have to think twice about your purchases. But now, every Rand counts, and the inflation monster is always lurking, ready to take a bite out of your hard-earned money. South Africa isn't an island, folks. When the world gets a cold, we get the flu. Remember COVID-19? That was a real kick in the teeth for everyone. And the war in Ukraine? It's like watching a street fight break out right outside your favorite Shisanyama. You know it's going to affect you, even if you're not directly involved. High debt, reliance on raw materials, and weak infrastructure, these are problems faced by many African countries. And when the big economies like the US and China stumble, we feel the tremors all the way down here in Mzansi. Section 5. Roadblocks on the road to prosperity. Imagine this. You're a farmer in the Western Cape, and you've got a truckload of juicy oranges ready for export. You've spent months nurturing these fruits, ensuring they are of the highest quality. The sun has been kind, the rains have been just right, and now, your hard work is about to pay off. The oranges are packed, the truck is loaded, and you're ready to send them off to international markets. But the ports are backed up, and your fruit is starting to rot. Ships are delayed, containers are piling up, and there's no clear timeline for when your produce will finally be shipped. The longer the delay, the more your oranges deteriorate, losing their freshness and value. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a significant financial loss. That's the reality for many South African businesses facing logistical nightmares. Whether it's due to infrastructure issues, bureaucratic red tape, or sheer volume, the result is the same: delays, stress, and financial strain. Businesses are left scrambling to find solutions, often at great cost. It's like trying to win a Formula One race with a flat tire. No matter how skilled the driver or how powerful the car, a flat tire means you're not going anywhere fast. The same goes for businesses trying to navigate these roadblocks. Their progress is severely hampered. And then there's the issue of market access. Even if you manage to get your product to the port on time, gaining entry into lucrative markets is another challenge altogether. Regulatory barriers, trade restrictions, and competition from other countries can make it feel like you're constantly knocking on a closed door. It's like trying to get into an exclusive club with the wrong shoes on. No matter how good your product is, if you don't meet the specific requirements or standards, you're not getting in. This can be incredibly frustrating for businesses that have invested time and resources into their products. The US, for example, has been known to slap tariffs on our exports like those juicy oranges. These tariffs can make our products less competitive in the market, reducing demand and impacting our bottom line. It's a constant battle to stay afloat in a sea of international trade regulations. It's enough to make you want to go back to bed and pull the blankets over your head. The challenges are numerous and can feel overwhelming, but giving up is not an option. South African businesses must continue to navigate these roadblocks, finding innovative solutions and pushing forward on the road to prosperity. Section 6. Can oranges save the day? Speaking of oranges, the citrus industry is actually one of the few bright spots in our economy. Exports are expected to grow by 3.6% in 2025. That's a lot of narchies. The industry has the potential to create 100,000 new jobs by 2032. Now that's something to be optimistic about. But even the citrus industry isn't immune to challenges. The US market, while small, is crucial for some regions. And those pesky tariffs we talked about, yeah, they can really put a dent in profits. Section 7. The Balancing Act of the Reserve Bank. The South African Reserve Bank, or SRB, is like that friend who's always trying to keep the peace at a braai. They're constantly trying to find the right balance between stimulating growth and keeping inflation in check. It's like walking a tightrope while juggling chainsaws, not an easy task. Recently, the SARB has been cutting interest rates to encourage people to spend more money. It's like giving the economy a shot of espresso, but they have to be careful not to overdo it or inflation could spiral out of control. Section 8. Cautious optimism in the air. Despite all the challenges, there's a sense of cautious optimism in the air. Investors are hopeful that the new government's reforms will bear fruit. They're like those brave souls who invest in a fixer-upper house, hoping to turn a profit in the long run. But let's be clear, folks. This is not the time for complacency. The government needs to deliver on its promises, and we, the people of South Africa, need to hold them accountable. Section 9. The long road ahead. So, is South Africa's economy on the brink? Not quite. While there are significant challenges, there are also opportunities for growth and development. The resilience of the South African people and the potential for innovation and entrepreneurship provide a solid foundation for future progress. But we're not out of the woods yet either. The path ahead is fraught with obstacles, and it will require careful navigation and strategic planning to overcome them. Economic recovery is a complex process that demands both immediate action and long-term vision. We've got a long road ahead of us with plenty of potholes and detours along the way. Infrastructure development, policy reforms, and social equity are just a few of the areas that need attention. Each step forward may come with its own set of challenges, but perseverance is key. The challenges facing South Africa are not unique. Many nations around the world are grappling with similar issues, from economic instability to social inequality. However, the unique cultural and historical context of South Africa adds layers of complexity to these challenges. Many African countries are grappling with the need to diversify their economies, moving away from reliance on a few key industries and towards a more balanced and sustainable economic model. This diversification is crucial for long-term stability and growth. Boosting trade within the continent is another critical factor. By strengthening intra-African trade, countries can reduce dependency on external markets and build a more resilient economic network. This requires investment in infrastructure, logistics, and regulatory frameworks. And let's not forget the importance of investing in renewable energy. As the world moves towards a greener future, South Africa has the potential to be a leader in renewable energy production. Harnessing the power of wind, solar, and other renewable sources can drive economic growth and create jobs. It's like we're all in the same boat, trying to navigate through choppy waters. Collaboration and solidarity are essential. By working together, sharing knowledge, and supporting each other, we can weather the storm and emerge stronger on the other side. But hey, we're South Africans. We've been through worse. Our history is a testament to our resilience and our ability to overcome adversity. From the struggles of the past to the challenges of the present, we've always found a way to rise above. We've got the resilience of a cockroach and the humor of a stand-up comedian. These qualities have seen us through tough times before, and they'll see us through again. Laughter and resilience are powerful tools in the face of hardship. As long as we work together, we can overcome any challenge. Unity and cooperation are the cornerstones of progress. By coming together as a community, we can tackle the issues that lie ahead and build a brighter future for all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go find out why my electricity bill is higher than my rent. Stay strong, Mzansi. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Let's face the future with courage and optimism.